So here we are. This is my second morning. I'm taking Lucy out for a walk. There's Lucy the dog. And, oh, this is really close. It's been a really stressful process moving, and we're not done yet. Come on, Lou. Trying to get her to learn her new environment. Yeah, so here I am. I'm behind the garage right now. There's the garden behind me. That used to be a dog pen. I'm considering converting it into a chicken coop. All the raised beds. See up the hill here, way back in those trees, is the original chicken coop, but unsure if that's even still on our land since the subdivision behind went in. So I'll have to follow up on that because it's a really cool building up there. Lucy, come on. She's found something interesting. So yeah, here's the backyard, I guess. Approaching the swing set behind me here. And now I'm just on the side of the garage. Come on, Lucy. Side of the garage here, there's a lot of greenery that needs to be cleared away. Some of it's growing at the top there, actually into the garage. That can't be good for structural integrity. I'm walking up now closer to the house. We have some trees. On this side of me is the original cistern. It's hard to see through the brush here, but it's impossible to see through the brush. But there's a cistern over there. We'll go look at it. There's a bird bath here. We're now between the garage and the house. There's the garage from the front. Here's the house behind me now. I need to take that ivy down before it digs into the chimney. Yeah, it's really peaceful out here. I'm hearing a lot of sounds that I don't get to hear, you know. There's a rainwater barrel. It was just raining a little bit. It's still running off the roof. The garage is behind me, and now you can see behind me the bamboo forest. I'm going to turn the camera around and let you guys really see the patio and pond. That's not what I wanted. How do I reverse the camera? I don't know how to reverse the camera right now, so I gotta learn my technology. Come on, Lucy. It's the side doors of the house. We're under the carport now. The driveway's behind me, and the lower deck. Except for all of the trees that are out there, we would be able to see the pond. So I might consider trimming those back a little bit. Walking to the front of the house now. Nice Japanese maple, I think. Front door of the house is there, just around the corner there. It's on the faces the side weirdly, but sure. And you can see yet another ladder. So Mr. loves ladders. I don't know. Every time we visited the property before we bought it, we would see no fewer than 5 or 6 or 7 or more ladders everywhere, just inside the house, outside the house, barn, garage, propped up everywhere. There's a ladder inside my master bedroom closet. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. It's to get into the attic, but still, it seems weird. I'm walking around the circle driveway now. It's here. And in the center of the circle is a nice green space with several mature trees and some flowers and other things. I don't know how much of it is on purpose and how much is not. I may need to get Al back out here to help me figure out what's on purpose and what's not. Having absolutely no landscaping experience at all. I'm not really able to make that decision. I'll walk down here. So there's the circle drive and the house. And I'm walking down a little bit toward the barn. There's the overflow parking, if you will. And here's the barn behind me. What do we have over here? So, apart from my hair being a mess, but it is what it is these days. So, in the barn, in front of the barn, we have this is rainwater collection. He would use that to water his animals. He, over the years, has kept sheep, cows, pigs, horses. He had a number of Arabian horses. Who knows what else? I'm sure more. He was here for 50 years and ran it as a fully functioning farm. Somehow, in his spare time, when he wasn't practicing law or taking cases to the Supreme Court, he was admitted to the Supreme Court of the United States. SCOTUS. So yeah, this is the barn. This is the tractor. We really considered whether we ought to keep the tractor. In the end, we decided against it. I've only purchased 7 of the total 21 acres. Come on, Lucy. Lucy, come on. I only purchased 7 of the 21 total acres. And of that 7, a significant portion is treed, or, there's the pond and the garden and there's not a whole lot of open ground for me to have to mow. This is the pen where the sheep, the corral, I guess, where the sheep had been. The side of the barn and the corral. Woo, sorry, shaky landscape. We have a gopher trap here. I don't know if you can see that. There it is, gopher trap. Lucy, you're gonna want to stay away from there, sweetheart. That's not good. Come on. Yeah. So, sorry this is rambling, but behind me is the long driveway down to the main road. That's our driveway for this 7 acres. There is another driveway that gravel drive that goes down, crosses our property line over to the 14 acres. And Mr. would use that in the wintertime. He would go down the gravel drive rather than having to clear snow and ice from the paved drive because it's kind of a steep hill. All right, behind me now, I'm walking down toward the pond from the barn and the driveway. So behind me are some fruit trees. There are apple and pear, I think you said, or apples and peaches? What do you planted? Peaches? Must be pears. I can't remember now. Terrible. So, yeah, I can't wait for those to start fruiting. Should be soon. If I walk out here a little further, I'm going to get just about to the end of our property line. I need to walk it with an actual map in my hand that has the boundaries drawn, because I'm not sure exactly through here where the line is between my 7 acres and the other 14 acres that he's still trying to sell. Behind me is the gravel drive that I mentioned before that goes down to the main road across the 14 acres. And here, this goes up. This is another gravel drive, but it goes up the hill, again onto the 14 acres. Lucy. There you go. Okay. Behind me is the shack. That's the drive that I walked down from the barn area. I'll come out to the shed in a minute. I think this is just about the edge of the property line here. I know my pond is completely on it, so that's there from that end. Through these trees, that clump of trees, and there's the pond you can see in the background. Come on, Lucy. So we've been getting a lot of Canadian geese this time of year. I guess they're heading north, and this pond is a convenient stopover. There are fish in here. I'm not sure what sort. Walk along the edge of the pond. We get a lot of wind up here. We are on the kind of the top of the hill here. Behind me in the distance, you can see the neighborhood that was put in, I don't know how long ago, but thanks to them, thanks to that development, I have city water instead of having to use the cistern that is still back there. Here's the shed. The shed contains the riding mower and other power equipment for the lawn. And yeah, that's pretty much the tour of the outside. I didn't go down into the garden. We'll do that again later, I think, when it's a little warmer outside. Right now, I should probably stop procrastinating. My boys are at the old house packing stuff up onto the moving truck. But I was so stressed out last night that I decided that I needed just a little bit longer before I join them over at the house to continue packing. I am embarrassed by how poorly this move is going. I've lived in 30 houses in my life. This is number 30. I've moved as a child old enough to remember and into adulthood 23 times. And this is probably the most poorly managed move I've done. There's a lot of factors for that, and I'm accepting the lion's share of the responsibility. But I'm hoping we get it sorted out soon. You see my gray roots there? I'm thinking about cutting it all off, letting it grow out. Thanks, coronavirus. All right, we're gonna go back in the house. Have a wonderful day. Stay well, stay safe, stay blessed.